Creme brulee is so easy to make. Vanilla creme brulee is a custard of heavy cream and egg yolks cooked with sugar and a vanilla bean. To make the vanilla custard, I scaled 200 grams of high-fat cream into a saucepan and split and scraped a vanilla bean and added it to the cream. I brought the cream to a simmer and added a lid. I turned off the heat to let the vanilla bean infuse into the cream for an hour. I scaled 2 egg yolks and 50 grams of cane sugar into a small mixing bowl. I warmed the cream back up and placed a folded towel under the mixing bowl to make it easier to slowly whisk in the hot cream into the egg. I strained the custard through a fine mesh sieve and refrigerated the custard overnight. Making the custard when the custard is still warm works too, but allowing the custard to rest overnight in the fridge improves the custard's finished texture and flavor. I divided the custard equally between 3 125 milliliter mason jars and added a layer of blueberries, about 20 grams each. The custard was very thick after it had a chance to rest in the fridge, and the blueberries floated to the top, so I pushed the blueberries into the custard so they were covered, and then sealed the jars with the lids. I added the jars to a water bath with an immersion circulator set at 85 degrees Celsius and set a timer for 1 hour. I like to use canning jar tongs to take the jars in and out of the near boiling water to avoid burning myself. The custard thickens up when it cools and the blueberries turn into suspended juice, so if the custard is eaten warm without setting up in the refrigerator overnight, the texture will be runny and less flavorful. Creme brulee means a layer of crispy charred caramel. Cane sugar will work, but I prefer to use a dark brown sugar like Demerara or turbinado. I find the molasses in the sugar gives a freshly baked aroma and taste. I spread a generous tablespoon of Demerara sugar onto the surface of the custard in an even layer. With the help of a little butane blowtorch, I melted the sugar into a smooth sheet of caramelized sugar. I placed the jar on a folded towel for safety reasons. I can hold the jar in my hands, but the sugar can leave bad burn marks on my fingers, so I turned the towel and used the towel to pick up and move the jar instead. I let the jar cool down for a minute and served the blueberry creme brulee with a demitasse spoon. I gently tapped the surface to make sure the sugar had cooled down and hardened into a crunchy caramel. If the sugar is still soft, it's still boiling hot. Extra creamy vanilla custard and the blueberries explode in my mouth.